And Jimmy Butler has decided, I got to borrow from the James Harden of school of, I need to blowtorch my team so I can get a trade out of here. The Heat have not had a great season so far. They've been around 500. Jimmy Butler has not had a great season himself. He is unhappy, and we first heard rumors of a potential trade about 3-ish weeks ago. And yeah, we hear this now and again. Eric Spoelstra's like, yes, I've been dealing with this for a while now. Jimmy Butler, yeah. But apparently Jimmy Butler means it, that he really, really, really wants out this time. Like, I'm done. I can't do it here. After a 9-point effort tonight in the Heat's loss to the Pacers, Jimmy Butler, his post-game press conference, talked about how he really, really, really needs a change of scenery and hope it happens soon. Here's the back and forth with Jimmy Butler and a reporter.
I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. Wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon, but I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here off the court, but I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop, and I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Lakers. I'm done. Hey, I'm happy here. Off the court. Off the court. That's like in a relationship. No, I'm happy with you half the time. Wait, what does that mean?
51-49.
The other half, not so much.
Depending on the day.
It doesn't matter. He is now greasing the skids for a trade, and I'm pretty sure he has just played his last game with the Heat.
You know what's funny, though, Jason? About 3.5 weeks ago, a month, whatever it was, when this first started to percolate, remember the slap fight going on between Shams and his agent?
Oh, yeah.
Repeatedly. Now that guy that shows up at funerals in the long coat with the sunglasses is being used as this is Shams back to Butler's agent right now, staring him down. Because, this is pretty explicit. I'm kind of done here. 18 points a game. The high scorer right now is Tyler Hero at about 24.5. Finally becoming more the consistent player that they needed him to be. But the rest of it seems to be in shambles. I guess he and Spoelstra, it's finally run its course.
Yeah, again, he made it much longer than I thought he would make it in Miami because he had been I had the first five or 6 years in Chicago. That was good. Could only make it a couple of years in Minnesota, 1 season in Philadelphia. He was going to be that talented player that never found a home. But, hey, 6 years in Miami, NBA Finals, okay.
Pretty good run.
He wanted to fight Spoelstra at one point during a timeout of a game, and they still made it to the finals after that happened. But now he is definitely done. I don't know that you can put him back on the court again after this. Can you get your joy back? You're not happy here? You're not going out to play. Jimmy Butler, they're going to sit Jimmy Butler until they can trade him. And I'll tell you what, there are going to be a lot of teams who are going to want him because he's not quite the same guy he was being 35, but he's like a Harden or a Chris Paul or a player in which, hey, if I'm not happy, or Kevin Durant, where if I'm not happy, I'm not going to play well. But if I'm happy, I'll play all right.
No, that's it. You're not looking to sign him for a long-term deal.
Good player's a happy player, right? Yeah. When people lose their joy, when guys don't want to play, they play poorly, and it looks like their career is just going to end. But Jimmy Butler is one of those guys, and we've seen it where he has picked up teams by the scruff of their neck and said, follow me. He has bought into coaches. He has been a great leader at times, not so great other times, but he's got to believe. He's got to believe in the process and what's going on. And there are a lot of teams out there who are contenders that could say, yeah, Jimmy Butler can come and buy in with us. It's not going to be that expensive. It's not like the Heat are going to, you have to take us a whole bunch of stuff from us for a trade. So, but now the Heat have to move on. There's no way he can play for them anymore, and he will be very desirable from a team. And I hate to say that, hey, guys can sulk and then get what they want, but that's kind of how superstars work in sports now. You sulk, you say you want things, you push, and then eventually a team has no choice because they want to get out from under you. And so Jimmy Butler, I can't see him playing with the Heat again. He'll get traded at some point. You're going to see a lot of contenders saying, yeah, let's have Jimmy Butler come in. Let's have a little bit of that attitude that he brings. And if we get a positive Jimmy Butler, it's great. If it doesn't work, you can cut him. Right? You're not trading a whole bunch of assets. Hey, after a while, hey, it's not working. We're cutting the guy. We're moving on. But the right team, trust me, he will buy in. He will be a linchpin type player with the right team.
Opted into his contract, so he's got one more year remaining beyond the current season on the deal that he signed. It was a 4-year deal, so that's what he's got left. You look at the standings as it is. I mean, they're still in the 6th seed. Just 17 and 15, showing you where the Eastern Conference is. That you got a bunch of teams floating right at 500. But for Jimmy Butler, yeah, it's about the buy-in. It's like what we talk about with the Blake Snell. I don't want him for a long time. I want him always to be working on a contract deal, right? To where there's an incentive. Same thing here, where maybe you've got one or two other big veterans in the locker room already, and a couple of young kids that maybe they need a kick in the ass to go to the next level. He's been pretty good at that if guys are willing to buy in, right? Because we've seen the fruits of that labor a couple of times, and he's now a guy that moves on. He's like a coach where you've had enough. Right, 3 or 4 years. I was like, all right, it's time for us to move on and part ways.
Suns, Mavs, Rockets, and Warriors. They were on his list in December.